Hi guys, this is Vitaly with AFT Dispatch and A2C Logistics, and in today's video, I'd like to speak with you about a potential storm brewing just over the horizon. But first, roll the intro. Welcome back. Before we get started, I'd like to ask you to please like the video, be sure you subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you never miss a single release of our videos, where every Friday we're talking about something that could benefit you in your trucking businesses, in your trucking careers, as well as cover the loads we've successfully booked for our customers, consisting of leased owner operators and carriers operating under their own MC authorities, running under our truck dispatch services. As always, guys, big thank you for all the likes you provided in all the previous videos. Please do keep them coming, and let's talk about this storm of possibilities, if you will. You know, last week we talked about LMI, and we've talked about how it was in expansionary territory under all metrics for the first time since September of 2019, which without a doubt is a very strong indicator of growth, of opportunity, of improvement in the logistics industry, and specifically in trucking. Now, if you remember, LMI looks at your warehousing capacity, inventories, transportation costs, and all sorts of different indicators. They provide this information every month at no cost, available to the general public and for your analysis. And it is a very strong indicator of good and bad things coming throughout the industry, although it does look at the previous month and is generally a bit late in when they do release the information. Nonetheless, last week we talked about this, and a lot of you guys came in the comment section with really strong disagreement in terms of this actually being led by bad weather, the polar vortex that was out there in January that made freight rates increase. Now, you were correct in many ways. A lot of experts would agree with you guys, and good on you to catch that. And by the way, we want that in the comment section. We want to have some disagreement. We want to have these discussions and have these conversations. I know that sometimes I'm quite late in responding to your comments, but I certainly read every single one of them, and I definitely appreciate you guys stopping by week after week after week and letting your thoughts out in the comment section. So thank you so much for that. But this week, guys, I do agree that the weather has certainly had an effect on that, but I've reviewed the numbers one more time, and I have to say that outside of that, what does weather have to do with warehousing, with capacity, with inventory levels, with manufacturing? Absolutely nothing, right? So I am hopeful because of that we are still on track for improvement in the freight markets going into spring. So just like we talked ad nauseum in the past, that April or May look like the beginning of the improvements and in getting into the summer months with better and better freight rates. So I still stick to that. But it's better to cover all bases. So we're going to look at the numbers that we've seen, because we've seen some major fluctuations in the market. Number one, reefer rates last week were down 27%. That is a huge red flag. And you'll see in today's rates, our guys were able to pull off some good numbers for vans, reefers, but you will see that reefers did certainly struggle. Last week, the Midwest actually lost over 50% of their volume. So imagine that. It was 57% of reefer volume, mainly in Wisconsin and Illinois area. They lost over half. So definitely not a good week for reefers. Now, dry vans were also not spared. They saw their biggest rate drop since the week before Thanksgiving. Those you guys who've been in the industry for more than a year know that the week before Thanksgiving is pretty brutal. With everyone trying to come home, rates plummeting, and availability also declining as more facilities are getting ready to close up early and let their employees, get home for Thanksgiving. Flatbeds were also beat up. They're actually down for the second week in a row, and we also noticed that as well. Again, dispatch was able to pull off some remarkable loads and did a really good job, but a decrease is a decrease, and we feel it as well. Now, the average rates for the entire market were actually down by 7%, and volume was down by 13%, looking at the same exact week in 2023. So basically the preceding year. So quite large declines, which I certainly hope will bounce back. Volume is nearly 35% below the 5-year average. So again, I've always harp on volume, because yet another indicator of what's going on in the industry. Reefer volume in particular was down 44% versus the 5-year average, so the same average. And from the looks of all of this, it looks like the first quarter will be all about white knuckling through it. So the remainder of first quarter, Q1, you're gonna have a rough time. That's what it looks like. Now, the issue currently, and it kind of gotten a little bit worse, is that rates, that while they're still better than they were in 2022, we're definitely fighting against 2023 numbers, and demand is very low and capacity is high and recently has increased a little bit. So this is not playing out well for owner operators and for small carrier, small trucking companies out there. Experts are mainly agreeing. There is some disagreement, but the experts are saying that rates will continue to decline. They will continue to fall until spring or summer. And, you know, we've talked about this months back, saying that from everything that we reviewed, looked like it was going to be April and May, but we were hopeful that towards the end of February, we would start seeing some improvement. And, you know, I still stick to that. Hopefully we will see that going into March, right? Volume and rates are expected to hit new lows, to basically reach brand new lows for both volume as well as freight rates. So that is over the next 2 weeks. So please be mindful, understand what's going on in the freight market. And I hope this information will help you and kind of ease your mind in understanding that you're getting the very best that the market has to offer. It's just that the market doesn't have a lot to offer. All right. So guys, here's that. Now, another quick announcement. Guys, we're doing our very first call-in show, trucking show, this Sunday, February 18th at 4 p.m. Central Time. Log in. You may or may not get a notification for the live. Alex and I are going to jump in, take your live phone calls just like on a radio. We're going to be answering lots of questions, covering some news. It's going to be a long form video, plenty of time, lots of information shared. And we plan to do this every single Sunday to help you guys out. And always feel free to call in. We'll have everything set up. So don't miss it this Sunday, February 18th at 4 p.m. Central Time. For now, guys, I'm going to switch over to camera. We're going to look over the lows that we booked for our customers. If you haven't done so, please smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell. Now I'm going to switch over to camera. We'll look over the loads we booked for our customers, and I'll see you guys in just a moment. Welcome back. Let's take a look at some of these loads this week. We have vans, a reefer, and I believe a flatbed. So let's get started with our very first dry van. Oscar is the driver on this one. Milwaukee, Wisconsin, going to Marietta, Oklahoma. It's 38,500 pound load, 15 pallets of miscellaneous grocery items, 981 loaded miles, booked at 2,100 bucks, got them 214 a loaded mile. Then Lancaster, Texas, going out to Edgerton, Kansas with a 44,000 pound load, 23 pallets of beverages, 481 loaded miles, booked that one at 785, which got them only $1.63, but we actually talked with a driver earlier today about this particular load because when you have to take those cheaper loads sometimes to be able to move market, and sometimes it's might seem like a cheap load, but actually for the market conditions it's fine. However, you move markets in order to be able to make up the difference on the way back, and that's what they did. St. Joseph, Missouri, going to Cactus, Texas, 43,000 pound load of tanker endorsed totes, 531 loaded miles, booked at 1780, so made up the difference at 335 a loaded mile there, with even more miles than coming in. So excellent job there. And then Garden City, Kansas, going out to Kansas City, Missouri, with a 44,500 pound load of roll stock, 378 loaded miles, booked at 975, got him 258 a loaded mile there. Finished off real strong out of St. Joseph, Missouri, taking a load to Colby, Kansas. It's a 42,000 pound load of totes again, tanker endorsement one more time, could have been the same broker, 349 loaded miles, booked that one at 1,500 bucks, got him 430 a loaded mile. So excellent job, Oscar. Excellent job on the dispatcher, 7 days on the road, gross $7,140 in 7 days, ran 2,720 loaded miles at an average of 263 a loaded mile. Absolutely excellent gross, very good rates, did a fantastic job. So very well done there. Next, we got ourselves Michael. It's a dry van coming out of Lexington, North Carolina, going to Missoula, Montana. 42.5 on a weight, some sort of treated paper, lots of miles, 2,294 loaded miles, booked at 4,750, got him 207 a loaded mile. Then Grangeville, Idaho to Missoula, Montana, 44,000 pound load of wood pellets, 165 loaded miles, booked at 950 bucks, got him 576 a loaded mile to help cover that deadhead, and then did it again, Grangeville, Idaho to Butte, Montana this time with a 44,000 pound load of the same stuff. Wood pellets, 283 loaded miles, booked that one at 1,100 bucks, got him 389 a loaded mile there. 6 days on the road, Michael ran his dry van, grossed 6,800 bucks in 6 days, ran 2,742 loaded miles, and got it all on an average of 248 a loaded mile. Excellent job, Michael. Well done. Next, we got another dry van coming out of, looks like, so Leroy's the driver on this one. Some new names popping in. Denver, Colorado, going to Clackamas, Oregon. It's a 42,400 pound load, 2,500 cases of miscellaneous freight, 1,242 loaded miles, booked at 2,400 bucks. Got him $1.93 on that one. Then St. Paul, Oregon. 1 pick, 3 dropper, going to Corpus Christi, Texas, Katy, Texas, and a final in Houston. It's a 42,000 pound load of palletized trees, 2,491 loaded miles, booked at 4,900 bucks, got him $1.97 on a ton of miles, and it finished off at Evandale, Texas, going to Joplin, Missouri with a 43.5 load of rolled paper, 554 miles, booked at 1,200 bucks, got him $2.17 a mile on that one. 7 days on the road, Wednesday to Wednesday, grossed $8,500, regular dry van, 4,287 loaded miles, booked at an average of $1.98 per loaded mile. And the cool part is, besides being an outstanding week for this driver, Leroy only had 145 deadhead miles in total, and the driver's efforts definitely paid off. Excellent income, 8,500 bucks, regular dry van in today's market. Fantastic job. Next, we got ourselves a flatbed. Patrick's the driver on this one. Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, going to Phoenix, Arizona, 36,000 pound load, 8 pieces of vertical downstroke balers. Tarping was required, 2,342 loaded miles, booked at 48.92. Got him 209 a loaded mile and a ton of miles. On the way back out of Phoenix, 0 deadhead, 1 pick, 2 drops, going to Hillsboro, Oregon, and Kent, Washington. 42,000 pound load of electrical equipment, 1,526 loaded miles, booked at 2,600 bucks, got him $1.70 coming out to Washington, Oregon market. 7 days on the road, Friday to Friday, grossed an impressive $7,492 in gross, ran 3,868 loaded miles, and got an average of $1.94 is what I'm showing. I may have to run numbers, might be a little over 2, but I believe it's $1.94. Still an excellent job, not the heaviest freight at all, 36,000 pound. Fantastic job, sir. Next, we got ourselves a dry van coming out of Palmetto, Georgia, going to Sumner, Washington, 37,000 pound load of battery kits, 2,670 loaded miles, booked at 5,200 bucks, got him $1.95 a loaded mile there. Then Renton, Washington, going to Billings, Montana. It's 40,000 pounds of general merchandise, 816 loaded miles, booked at 1,600 bucks, got him $1.96 on the way back. Monday to Monday, 7 days on the road, very efficiently done. $6,800 gross for the week, 7 days, 3,486 loaded miles. Ran those at $1.95 average, and here's the kicker, only 21 deadhead miles in total for Tariq. Excellent job, Tariq. Next, we got some easy ones. We got a dry van coming out of, looks like Byhalia, Mississippi, going to Sulphur, Louisiana. Light load, 20,000 pounds of insulation materials, 495 loaded miles, booked at 1,400 bucks, got him 283 a loaded mile. Yaboa, good to see. This is a new carrier for us, the driver on this run. So it's a 20,000 pound load, 283 a loaded mile. Then right out of Sulphur, Louisiana, 0 deadhead coming out to Oxford, North Carolina with a 43,000 pound load of artificial rubber for tires, 1,069 loaded miles, booked at 2,000 bucks, got him $1.87 on that one. Then Henderson, North Carolina to Bedford, Pennsylvania, another light load, 20,000 pounds of office and home products, bath tissues, things like that. 343 miles, booked at 800 bucks, got him $233 a loaded mile on that one. It finished off strong with Somerset, Pennsylvania, coming out to Garland, Texas, with a 44,000 pound load of chemical products, 26 pallets in total, some sort of silicone sealant, 1,264 loaded miles. Booked it at $25.50, got him $202 a loaded mile, did an excellent job, 7 days on the road. Yaboa, Monday to Monday, $67.50 gross, 3,170 loaded miles, booked out at $213 a loaded mile. Excellent job, over $2. And finally, Anthony is in a reefer that I've mentioned. Looks like Teachery, North Carolina, coming out to Quakertown, Pennsylvania with a 42.5 load of chicken scraps, 26 degrees continuous on a reefer, 498 loaded miles, booked at $12.50, got him $251 a loaded mile. Then out of Howard, Pennsylvania, coming out all the way to Clackamas, Oregon. with a 42,000 pound load, 20 pallets of Coca-Cola products. Food grade trigger was requested, and also it's a protect from freeze load. 2,680 loaded miles, booked at 5,000 bucks. Even got him $1.87 coming out to Oregon. He's gonna have a good week next week. Thursday to Thursday on the road, 6,250 gross, 3,178 loaded miles, booked at $1.97. Did an excellent job. So way to go, Anthony. Way to go. Welcome back, guys. As you can see, our dispatchers were able to pull it through one more week during this crazy market. The market is declining in all the major equipment types, vans, reefers, and flatbeds. And although we do see a slight decrease, they were still able to get very good gross for the drivers. Yes, the rates have declined for many of you guys, but you were still able to bring in the gross. You were still being ran quite efficiently. You were still able to make your money. So, we could do the same for anyone else watching this video. If you are a carrier, if you have your own MC authority, you have the willingness to work, you have the right equipment, or if you're an owner-operator who leases under other MCs, we lease on owner-operators all the time, and you get to work with the same exact dispatchers who week after week perform. Good markets or bad markets, they get you the very top that the market has to offer. As no replacement for experience, and our guys are certainly very experienced truck dispatchers. Anyway, guys, you can get more information on our website at aftdispatch.com. You can call or text us at 801-448-6363, and we'll get in touch. We'll answer all your questions. Now, as to my earlier announcement, I just want to reiterate, please come down to our YouTube Live. It's going to be a live trucking call-in show. You can call in with any questions you may have. It's going to be a long-form video. We're going to cover a lot of information, and I would love to see you guys there. I would love to see you guys in the replays, in the comment section. It would be so cool to see some of the same names that I'm so used to over the years seeing in the comment section, talking with you guys, having discussions. So definitely appreciate that. This Sunday, February 18th at 4 p.m. Central Time. And until next week, guys, stay healthy, be wealthy. Take care.